Oh dear. We'll just wait just a couple of moments.
Can you just do a sound check for us so we can see how loud it is, please, Mary?
Absolutely. Can you hear me?
She's whispering, you know that.
Is it not picking up?
It's louder, but better.
Is it not loud enough?
Speak now.
Hello.
Or forever hold your peace.
I was about to add that in as well. Absolutely. All right, one more minute.
Todd, are you right? Todd.
Just trying to get the sun in the right spot.
So I'll just introduce you to a concept, Todd. You can actually go on mute so that when you make all that noise, others don't have to hear it all the time.
How do I go on mute?
I thought the issue was more. Whoa.
So I think Nicole and Todd, you're sitting very close to each other. That sounded like an inappropriate distance between you, but I think sitting in the same office, it might actually, yeah, play with the sound a bit. All right, we might start being respectful of your time, and I know lots of us still have some work to do, and you probably want to finish up for the day so that you can, you know, get out at a respectful time to be able to go home to your, you know, the rest of your life that you have. So we're back in restrictions and with remote learning looming. Today, I just wanted to I suppose, acknowledge the disappointment potentially that we're all feeling at the moment, and for us just to work out how we can move from the state of disappointment into one where we're feeling more relaxed and more at peace with what's going on. I think firstly, accepting disappointment is the first for all of us, and it is okay to feel disappointed that restrictions have come back. And I know when we were easing out of restrictions, each step was like, yes, you know, it's going to be behind us, and it was so exciting. You know, you could go and have massages and cups of coffee, and you know, we enjoyed brunch again out at our favorite cafes, and for all of that to now be gone again, it's natural and normal to be really frustrated and disappointed. But know that you're in good company. You know, everyone is being affected by this, and it is definitely to varying degrees, but we all are feeling and trying to grapple with that sense of disappointment. I've heard so many comments, and I don't know if some of you have heard as well, comments about our Premier and regarding his decisions, and it's interesting. It is easier in a lot of ways to blame someone. You know, how do you blame COVID? Like, it's a disease. You can't really blame COVID, but you can target something to be able to take some of your frustration out onto. You know, blaming someone and becoming angry and frustrated is part of the grief process, and we are accepting a loss at the moment. We're losing our expectations. You know, we're having to change our expectations. We're losing our independence, you know, our ideas about what we wanted this term to look like. You know, we all work really hard with supporting students, and we We know what we want that to look like, and it's frustrating and disappointing that that can't happen at the moment. So it is all really natural. So the first thing is to acknowledge it is okay to be frustrated and it is okay to be disappointed. But the next bit is about how do you move out of that state so that you don't sit in that state indefinitely. Once you've allowed yourself to acknowledge that frustration and that disappointment, how do you then move on? So how do you find new meaning? So, for example, having family time again is a way of reframing the situation. So rather than sitting in the, well, it's disappointing that my daughter can't go out to the gym and my son isn't able to go to music practices and all that sort of thing, reframing it is to be able to say, this has been a really special time as a family with young adults in the home to be able to reconnect, and, pulling out those board games and playing board games again has been really, really funny, but a great opportunity, and one, that I'm thankful that we've got. So how can you move out of that state of disappointment and reframe the restriction, reframe remote learning? I know the relationships that we've developing with students is different. Whether you're emailing students or WebEx meetings, having those conversations are different conversations, and some of those conversations are better and deeper conversations with students. So they're opportunities that potentially you may not have had. So take a moment, if you just want to have a think about, what are you feeling frustrated and disappointed about? What are you getting a sense that you've lost, and that the expectations that you have now had to adjust because of restrictions and remote learning? So I'll just give you a couple of moments just to really cognitively be aware of what is it that's underlying some of this frustration and disappointment. So when you've had a think, it's about also then going to the next point of not only just reframing, but it's challenging your self-talk. So instead of talking to yourself as if it's the worst thing that could happen, shift some of your language. So potentially something like, it's happening, okay, I can't do much about it, but what I can do and what I can take control of is how I respond to it, is adjusting my expectations, is doing something different, or thinking creatively. Acknowledge the disappointment. So yeah, I'm disappointed and frustrated, but that doesn't mean that I have to sit in this. So what action can I take? How can I move forward? How can I get out of a space? I suppose it's almost like quicksand, isn't it? You can get stuck in that quicksand and be really, really stuck and immobile. How can you take that lead from someone, or that hand from someone to grab on and to be able to move on and out? Each time, if you hear yourself saying, oh, I can't do this again, that negative mind talk around, I can't do remote learning, like this is stupid, I can't do my job well enough, catch yourself and go, okay, how can I do things differently? I can't do it as I would like to, but how can I do it differently? Maybe there's a better way. Maybe there's a way forward that I hadn't thought about before. And then make a plan. Having a way to move forward will help you to be able to feel unstuck at this time. Don't make grand plans. We all do different jobs. So, teachers may be thinking and plan, I want to take all students to progress, 12 months over the next term. Well, that would be a grand plan, and a plan that would not set you up for success. But what plan would be realistic? I've started talking with my team around how can we deliver wellbeing, in remote learning, and this time it's going to be a bit different. So we've got VCAL, year 11 and 12. How can we deliver wellbeing in this time? How can we still have activities going to engage students and connect with students, but also meet the needs of those who are remote? So coming up with a plan is empowering, and it gives you that control back as well. We can't control what Daniel Andrews does. We can't control, you know, the testing results. We can't control all of that other stuff, but we can take control of what we're thinking and what we're doing and where to go from here. So taking control and making a plan will help you have direction and be able to go, well, you know, I can do this. And we might have to be creative again. We might have to find that energy again. But drawing on each other's strength and positivity will only bring about, you know, good outcomes for you and your well-being, but also in your role and in your responsibilities, whether it's teaching, well-being, admin, whatever it is, having that positive mindset and being able to go, okay, yep, I'm disappointed, but I can get through this, will help you to be able to thrive through this time and be able to go, yep, we've done it again and we've not let the situation get to us, but have actually been able to rise above it. So there you go, short and sweet, Wellbeing Wednesday. We're back again for term 3. So thank you for joining and hopefully we will see you again.
Thanks, Marianne.
Thank you.
Oh, welcome.
Good night.
Good night.